Hello. Thank you for joining me at Everyday Life and Finance with Robbie. I'm Robbie, and today I just want to come to you quickly just to talk about designing a financial plan, but also living at the same time. So, I've always stressed the importance of having goals and a financial plan in place and so forth, but you also have to remember that you have to live on a day-to-day basis. Some people get so focused on planning that they forget that today is a day too. You have to enjoy it as well. It's good to plan and, keep everything in balance, but live life. Enjoy it a little bit. Sometimes that may mean you may have to deviate a little tiny bit from your plan, but you still have to live and do fun things and enjoy life. There's nothing like, creating a plan and then later on, 5 years later, getting to that point that you've been trying to get to, and then realize that you didn't smell the roses while you were on your journey. So it's so important to enjoy yourself. Smell the roses as you journey towards your goal, you know? Don't put everything on the future when you're living today. You're living today, so enjoy it, have fun, stick with your plan, you know, as as you should, but know that sometimes you're going to have to make a deviation just to have fun. Let's say, you're budgeting, but then your best friend is getting married in Hawaii or Paris, and you're like, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Figure it out. Figure out how you can budget to get there, but go. Don't miss out on it. And then 20, 30, 40 years later, your friends are all talking about, oh, we had such a great time. And you didn't do it because you were so focused on your goal that you missed out on all life's great things. Or, there's the other thing that, you get to the point where you've reached your goal and then, you're not able to enjoy it. So it's so important that while having a plan is great, you have to enjoy yourself. You really, really have to smell the roses, have fun during that journey, have some flexibility in your plan. And if there's not much flexibility, figure out ways so that you can still enjoy life and do things, even if it's just, small things, going out for coffee once a week. And I don't mean just going to pick up coffee. Go out, have coffee in a nice cafe, get a coffee in Danish. Treat yourself to something. Treat yourself to lunch once a week. Something along those lines. Even when you're budgeting and when things are, what you may think at the worst, you can still do something pleasant for yourself and something to show that you've lived this day and that you've enjoyed this day. When you wake up in the morning, you should be thankful that you woke up to enjoy another day and, make a plan to make it the best day that you possibly can, you know and just be thankful. Wake up with a smile no matter what your problems are. Wake up with a smile. You can stick with your plan, but just keep moving forward and enjoying today. Live today, plan for the future, but also live for today. Today is important. It's just as important as your future. So that's my message for you today. Typically, I talk about finances, and this is about finance because, you may have a financial goal, but you still have to live. You can't be so hard on yourself that you're doing everything to reach that financial goal, but you're not, enjoying yourself. You're not smelling the roses along the way. So smell the roses, have your financial plan, stick to it, but know that in some instances you may have to deviate just to have a little fun, have a little laughter in your life, put a smile on your face, put a smile on someone else's face, not saying you just go off course, completely, but live. live today, you know, plan for tomorrow, but live today. Today is just as important as any other day. So thank you so much for joining Everyday Life and Finance with Robbie. Hopefully you'll check out my other content and you'll come back for more. Thank you.